All new here at 5 in a flurry of opinions today. The Supreme Court once again backed gun rights and handed the president a pair of wins on immigration issues. Bradley Blackburn breaks it down.
Justice Samuel Alito wrote 3 of the 6-3 opinions handed down Thursday. 2 are wins for President Trump on his immigration agenda. One decision clears the way for the Trump administration to potentially revive a metering policy used to turn back asylum seekers at the U.S.-Mexico border. Justice Alito wrote, quote, "A guest does not arrive in a house when he knocks on the front door."
Meaning you cannot do things like seek asylum as a non-citizen if you have not crossed the border.
In her dissent, Justice Sonia Sotomayor said the majority opinion, quote, "regrettably and tragically extinguishes the light of the torch of the Statue of Liberty." The court also ruled the Department of Homeland Security can end temporary protected status for migrants from Haiti and Syria. That could allow the deportations of more than 350,000 people from the two countries. Challengers in the case accuse the administration of racial animus and xenophobia in its efforts to end TPS.
Both of those cases have to do with the executive power. I mean, they are interpreting it in different contexts, but giving the administration a lot of power to execute its immigration policy.
Keeping consistent with its record on Second Amendment protections, the conservative majority ruled against Hawaii's so-called vampire law, which sought to prohibit people from carrying a gun on private property that's open to the public without prior permission from the owner. One gun control group expressing disappointment over the decision pointed out that business owners can still post signs forbidding firearms on their property. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
And to help us break down the legal and political implications of today's decisions, we're joined now by LeTourneau University's political science professor, Dr. John Barrett. Dr. Barrett, thank you so much for joining us. Always good to have you. First, Dr. Barrett, how significant are these rulings for President Trump's immigration agenda?
Well, it's very significant. The most recent immigration crisis was caused by people coming and claiming asylum status. And they did that because by law, if you claim asylum status, the U.S. government has to hear out your case. They have to explore the facts and determine whether or not you've got a credible claim. And the system was just totally overwhelmed. And people understood that you could come and you could claim that you were seeking asylum, and they would temporarily let you into the United States, as they tried to sort through that. Well, this ruling, what it allows is for people, the Border Patrol, to turn away people before they come and have a chance to claim asylum status. So it's a very powerful tool that can be used to prevent people from coming in and kind of using this loophole, so to speak, to try to come into the country.
And Dr. Barrett, for people watching at home, do these rulings change anything for East Texans who may have family members going through the immigration process or seeking asylum?
Well, in the short term, there's not a huge impact because the immigration numbers were already very low. After Trump was reelected, you saw, the immigrants kind of got the message that this was going to be difficult for them to come in. And so we've seen the numbers trying to cross over drop pretty substantially. So there won't be an immediate change in the people coming across the border. It just gives, again, a new tool to the president, whoever succeeds Trump, if those numbers start to go back up again.
And Texas has been at the center of the immigration debate for years. Does this ruling give state and federal officials more confidence in how they're handling border security?
Well, it gives them a new tool, but this isn't really the ideal way to address the problem, right? Ideally, Congress would step in and say, okay, here's our new policy, right? We're not just going to let anybody come in and claim asylum status, or you have to claim asylum status at different kind of processing centers, scattered around the world or whatever. This simply leaves it at the president's discretion. And it's a blunt instrument. It's basically just saying we're not even going to listen to the claims of people coming in. And some of those will have legitimate claims. And so it's not an ideal way to approach the problem, but it's a blunt tool that can stop immigrants from coming in.
Dr. John Barrett, political science professor at LeTourneau University, thank you so much for your insight.